This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with two of the members of the great rock duo band, Job Creators. We have Blaze and Tim. But before we get to our interview, here is a sneak peek at their incredible talent. Gentlemen, how are you?
Very good, very good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Tim, coming from Massachusetts. Blaze, coming from the great Isle of Manhattan. But this is what I love about the power of the Zoom. Obviously, something we've all been getting used to these past 18 months of this horrific time. But thank God we have a band like Job Creators, like you gentlemen, who are continuing to spread your light through your amazing fusion of electronic, jazz, and funk music. I'm so excited. The audience got a little sneak peek of you guys just jamming with an original Sun Climb. I want to know from you, Blaze, first and foremost, how the creation of Job Creators came about and how the heck you and Tim joined forces.
Yeah, great question. Well, first of all, thank you for having us. We're thrilled to be here. Doing anything that is about bands is great, especially since 2020 was just kind of a dead zone for us. But we've actually been a band since around 2012. We tried to have like what some would call a real band, you know, something with a singer and a guitarist and some other. We even had a saxophonist at one point. I think we went through like 4 guitarists and a few not drummers. Tim's always been the drummer.
Tim, he's pretty throwing you under the bus.
There we go. It was quick. It was quick.
And my dog in here doesn't like it either.
But basically, we just came down to the fact that everyone kept flaking on us. And so we ended up with just me, who's the bassist, and then Tim, who's the drummer. And now he picked up synthesizers. So he's actually like a dual instrumentalist. And from then on, we just started getting our act together. And it's much easier to practice and schedule stuff with just 2 people.
Well, and I think what you guys do is so interesting and so original and authentic is that what you do is with just bass and pedals, you Blaze, and you on drums, Tim, with synth. Tim, talk to me a little bit about exactly what you do so that, you know, it can be just a little bit more digestible for someone out there who may not be as familiar with instruments.
Yeah, well, a lot of it came from those other band members not being around or having no commitment level. It left us kind of being like, okay, we need more voices for the music. And so that led to writing melodies on the synthesizer, bass lines to what Blaze is doing, because Blaze is very melodic on the bass for sure. So it came out of necessity. We have audio samples that are kind of like the lyrics for some of our songs, but we definitely needed just more sound, another voice. So that's kind of where it came from.
But what I love so much about what you two gentlemen have done and continue to do is in this time, especially of 18 months, where us as humans, but especially as artists, we've been forced to investigate the superfluous to get to the elegant and what's really needed. You two gentlemen did with this band. I mean, I've never heard or seen anything like you gentlemen. And on top of the fact, it seems so full, your music, with just 2 bodies on the stage. Blaze, I'm just curious, as we get out of this 18-month mess, hopefully with a little bit more, you know, space for artists like yourselves to perform live, what are you most excited about, you know, performing live more?
Yeah, well, it was funny because we released our last album, which was called Dream Harvest, in April 2020. So that was awesome.
Fun
We had
year,
like an
fun
album
time
launch.
for that.
Yeah. So everything kind of, we had to really pivot. We did like a Twitch live stream instead of an album release party, which was kind of like you were talking about. The power of remote was, we got more people in a way because everyone could just tune in for a little while. But when it comes to next year, like, we're hoping everything will be fully back. We've booked some shows in March for our new album called Love Monster, which we're launching sometime next year. So that's what I'm most excited about for sure.
It's amazing. Well, Tim, talk to me a little bit about Love Monster and the concept behind it, and how you guys use this time to create the beast known as Love Monster. I was
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to be so
It's
clever
true.
there, but I didn't commit enough. But at least I admit it. Go, Tim, help me.
I liked it very much. That was cool. Well, 2020 specifically was, I think, really hard because at least someone like me, I thrive off of performing for people, and then just having that be totally destroyed definitely put a hamper on things. But it did help us focus on this next album because you couldn't play out, so I guess let's write some music. And it was finishing up just like a body of work that we've been working on since 2019. But the general theme, I would say, is about relationships and the struggle within those relationships, how they transform you. I would say those are probably the biggest themes that are involved.
And I think a lot of themes that people have been dealing with throughout these past 18 months, now more than ever. I mean, not only the relationships between loved ones, family members, friends, investigating those people that really truly serve one's life most, and if not, bye-bye, but also, dare I say, the relationship with oneself. I've spoken with artists all over the world, gentlemen. And Blaze, I'm curious for you if this is true for you, and you too, Tim. I've spoken with so many artists that have talked about reacquainting themselves with their younger selves, in that really reacquainting with why they do what they do. And I'm curious for you, Blaze, and then Tim, if you were able to find that time to really investigate, is this really what I want to be doing?
Yeah, I think that in a way, like Tim was saying, really being like literally locked down within
Quite
yourself.
literally.
Yeah. It kind of forced some perspective on, shedding things and habits that may have been bad, but also looking inward and trying to rediscover stuff that was maybe good. For example, I went on more picnics than I ever thought possible.
Wait, can we just unpack this for a moment? Because as a director right now, I'm eavesdropping in on you on a picnic. I mean, that's a beautiful scene.
Yeah, I mean, Central Park picnic, I'd never done it before, really. And then
I mean,
2020 is the only thing to do.
Hashtag 2020, and like, wow, there's green space in the middle of the concrete jungle. Who knew?
Yeah, exactly. Suddenly, like, I did hiking, like, just
Stop
generally,
it.
but that also, like, it made things quiet, right? Like, I think that 2020 in a way was a year of like quiet, and you had to do it because otherwise you're hooked up like intravenously to the electric media, just telling you how doomed everything was.
I'm not going to judge what you do in your spare time, Blaze.
Yeah. So
no, but I hear you, my friend. It was a time to be silent and still, and to live in that stillness. And thank goodness you gentlemen were able to create something beautiful out of it that I know I can't wait. And all the listeners and viewers won't be able to wait soon enough. That sentence did not make sense. You know what I mean? Tim, save me.
You're so eager for the album, yeah.
Tim, you need to save me. What about you and your inner child? How did that conversation go?
I think it went well, but
dark. Tim's first few months of 2020 were like,
yeah, that was grim. I had like lost a girlfriend, like lost my job, and then like all of a sudden like got like reborn basically into a pandemic.
So you were a phoenix rising, dare I say.
Yeah, it's like I moved, found a new place to live, found a new job. It was I had to like start from
Tim got a job in like March 2020. It was like a trifecta of crazy things.
Blaze,
all
I feel like you just keep adding, dare I say, a blaze to the fire. That was this deep, dark sense of loss with poor Tim. And you just keep reminding him, wow, Tim, actually, I feel a little better about my
So
life.
great.
Your March 2020 effing sucked.
Whew.
But Tim, go ahead. How did you come through it?
Well, it was really hard. I would say it took until 2020 for me to get back on my musical feet, because
Yeah.
having no horizon to play music or anything like that, I was definitely not encouraged to make any music or write any music, because I just thought I'd never be able to play it in front of anybody. So yeah, it took to like the end of 2020 into 2021 for me to like really start writing music in.
And that's okay, Tim.
Yeah.
Look at everyone had their own time and place. I know so many successful artists who didn't create anything and are still like not creating. And you know what? If there's anything we all learned as artists, what's time? What's looking at other people? What's, you know, it's all BS, dare I say, when you look at all these people with the filtered notions of how great they're doing. We're all doing what we can one day at a time. And gentlemen, I have to say that you two are not only incredibly talented, but I'm all about vibration. And you two are like two genuine souls of the planet. And that's going to take you so effing far. And you're so relatable. You're doing something I've never seen done in the way that you do it. You're kind, you're humble, you're badass. And look, I'm also excited you're coming on this app where I'm seeing for you gentlemen, FENIX has their own live stream where finally artists are going to be making the ad revenue from the ads rather, you know, where, you know, these other platforms to remain nameless, artists are getting not even like a penny on the dollar, and it's crazy. So I'm excited for whatever happens with this COVID, that you gentlemen are going to have a platform where you're going to finally be able to be compensated your worth.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, like we just started experimenting with live streams last year, and it does help. Like my mom can never come to a New York show, you know, so she could see us do the live stream. So I think having a platform like this will be really valuable.
And also you guys getting paid for like while ads stream around it, that you're actually getting 82% of that revenue.
It's just a fascinating idea that,
that
the people making the thing would be paid.
And weren't like artists like the ones that were always on the bottom of the totem pole, but once everyone was on lockdown, they were listening to music and watching all these streamers. And what do you think those are created by? Like Wall Street people?
Yeah, that's true.
Just putting that
a paradox. I guess no one will ever figure out. I don't know.
But to both your points, these FENIX CEOs cracked the nut and went for it and went against all of these other platforms that honestly were selling the artists short, figuratively and literally. And I'm so excited you guys are not only joining the platform, but just to be connected with you both. You guys are two great gents of the planet. And I'm so excited and grateful that we are now connected.
Appreciate
awesome.
that.
Yeah,
very
thank
much.
you.
Yeah. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you. For more on job creators, you can read more about them right below this video. Gentlemen, thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks so much.